So the economy of 2026, it feels like it's just around the corner, but really, it's already here. The forces shaping it are in motion right now, changing how we all work, earn, and invest. In the next few minutes, we're going to cut through the noise and give you a super practical guide to the actual platforms and strategies you can use to get ahead of the curve. Let's jump right in.
Here's how we're going to break it down. First, we'll set the scene for 2026 just to get our bearings. Then we'll dive deep into the AI-powered economy, because that's the real game changer. After that, we'll talk about a whole new playbook for earning income, check out some modern ways to invest, and finally, we'll wrap it all up by building a toolkit of specific sites you can start exploring today.
All right, so what does this new landscape actually look like in 2026? Well, it's being completely reshaped by a couple of really powerful shifts in tech and finance.
And the first thing you've got to get is that 2026 isn't some distant sci-fi future. Nope. The economic forces we're about to talk about are here, right now, creating the opportunities and the challenges that we're all dealing with.
This quote from UBS just hits the nail on the head. Think of it like this. If 2025 was the year everything got shaken up, 2026 is the year we have to figure out how to navigate the aftermath. It's where all that crazy innovation and disruption starts to become, well, the new normal.
Now, the global economy is, incredibly complex. But to really get a handle on what matters for your future, you can boil it all down to two massive drivers: the absolute explosion of artificial intelligence and this fundamental shift in how we all earn and invest our money.
Okay, let's start with the big one, the one that every single source points to as the most important driver: artificial intelligence. This thing is the engine powering this entire new economy.
And just how big of a deal is this? Well, according to McKinsey, a jaw-dropping 92% of companies are planning to increase their investment in AI. I mean, think about that for a second. That's nearly everyone. AI isn't some cool little experiment anymore. It's a core, totally non-negotiable part of doing business.
And why is everyone rushing in? Simple. The prize is almost too big to wrap your head around. AI is expected to generate up to $4.4 trillion in economic value. That's trillion with a T. When that much value is on the table, it creates this powerful gravitational pull that no business can afford to ignore. But this isn't just about big business. It's about our jobs. Almost 40% of jobs around the world and a massive 60% in advanced economies are exposed to AI. That means, right now, AI is automating tasks, speeding up projects, and totally reshaping what it even means to have a job.
And this isn't just theory, okay? This is happening. Companies are using tools like Jasper AI to automate their marketing campaigns. They're using Runway to create video from just a simple text prompt, and they're using platforms like ClickUp to manage huge projects with AI. These are the new tools of the trade.
But, and this is a really big but, this isn't all smooth sailing. It is absolutely crucial to understand that AI systems learn from the data we give them. And as this quote points out, if that data is flawed or biased, the AI gets it wrong. For any business or investor, this is a huge practical problem. It's the classic garbage in, garbage out situation. If the data isn't good, the results won't be either.
Okay, so we've seen how businesses are using AI. But what about you? How can you tap into these same exact trends? Let's get really practical and talk about the new playbook for earning an income.
We are right in the middle of a massive entrepreneurial boom. In just a single month last year, people filed over 450,000 new business applications. This isn't just a number, it's a huge cultural shift. People aren't waiting around for the perfect job anymore. They're just creating it themselves, mostly because these new tools have made it so much easier to get started.
And it's the younger generations who are really leading the charge here. About half of all Gen Z and millennials have mastered the side hustle, and they're earning more money in less time. How? They're using AI tools and digital platforms to work smarter, not harder. And that right there is a huge signal about the future of work.
So what does this look like in the real world? Here's a perfect example. An AI-powered print-on-demand shop. You use an AI tool to dream up some cool, unique designs. You upload them to a service like Printful, and boom! Just like that, you've got an online store with pretty much zero startup cost. It's incredible.
But knowing where to go is half the battle. So here are 3 platforms to put on your radar. You can go to Upwork and offer your skills supercharged by AI. You can use a site like Beehive to build a newsletter and a loyal audience, or you can package up what you know and sell it as an online course on Teachable.
All right, so you're earning the money. Now what do you do with it? Let's talk about growing that capital. because the investment world of 2026 has both those classic, time-tested strategies and some really fascinating new frontiers.
You can really think about investing in 2026 as two parallel paths. On one side, you have the proven, stable world of dividend stocks. And on the other, you've got the emerging, high-yield and, higher-risk world of decentralized finance, or DeFi.
Let's start with the traditional path. A classic example is a company like Realty Income. The big appeal here is just pure consistency. They pay dividends every single month, giving you a regular cash flow. That 5.7% yield is pretty nice, but the real story? 30 straight years of increasing those dividends. To an investor, that screams stability.
Okay, now for the new frontier, DeFi staking. So what on earth is it? The simplest way to think about it is like earning interest in a totally new kind of bank. By staking or locking up your crypto, you're helping to secure the network and make sure transactions go through. And for providing that service, the network pays you rewards.
And here are two really different ways you can get started. DeFi Swap is what's called a DEX, a decentralized exchange. That means there's no company in the middle, it's all peer-to-peer. Then you have something like Uphold, which is a centralized platform that makes it super easy to buy crypto with regular money like dollars or euros for pretty low fees.
Whew. Okay, we have covered a ton of ground. Now let's pull it all together. In this final section, we're going to build your actionable toolkit for 2026. Here it is, your 2026 starter pack. For AI, start playing around with powerful tools like Gemini. For creating new income, check out setting up a shop on Printful or starting a newsletter with Beehive. And for investing, you can research a user-friendly platform like Uphold or dive into the decentralized world with DeFi Swap. Think of this checklist as your launchpad.
And we'll just leave you with this one question to think about. In a world full of these incredibly intelligent tools, what's the one human skill that becomes the most valuable? Is it creativity? Is it empathy? Critical thinking? Figuring that out for yourself is really the key to building your own winning strategy for 2026 and way beyond. Thanks for tuning in.